A simple deck of playing cards, standard throughout the world. There's nothing unusual about these cards. If I shuffle them thoroughly, I can say that the order the cards are in after each shuffle has never happened before on Earth. The order these cards are now in has never been seen before. I've just made history. That's a pretty crazy claim to make. After all, you can do the maths, and assign a probability to it. But I'm still going to make that claim. A deck of cards has never been seen in this order before on planet Earth. In fact, I can go further and make an even crazier claim. No two identical decks have been shuffled anywhere in the world at any time ever. Playing cards have been around for about 400 years. Considering how many people have lived in that time and how popular playing cards have been, we can make an estimate that during those 400 years, there have been roughly 2 trillion fair shuffles by human beings. That's every casino table, every poker night, every magician, every bored child in the last 400 years added up. But that's dwarfed by the total number of combinations that one single pack of playing cards can produce. And that number is 52 factorial. To find the total number of possible outcomes, we multiply 52 by 51 by 50 by 49, all the way down to 1. A shorter way to write this is 52 exclamation mark, or 52 factorial. 52 factorial is a very large number indeed. Rounded up, it's 8.07 times 10 to the power of 67. Rounded up, that's 80 septendecillion, 658 sextillion, 175 quindecillion, 170 quadrillion trillion. Even after 2 trillion historical shuffles, the chances that any single one of them was an exact duplicate of any previous shuffle in all of card-playing history is roughly 1 in 40 quintillion. So the chances that any 2 fair shuffles match that have so far been made by humans in card-playing history is so remote we can confidently claim that it has never happened. You'd have a better chance of correctly guessing everybody's date of birth that has ever lived in the entire world in the right order. You'd have a better chance of winning the national lottery 8,000 times in a row and getting hit by lightning on the way to claim each prize. If every human who ever lived, that's 117 billion people, each shuffled a deck once per second since the Big Bang 13.8 billion years ago, you'd still only have performed about 10 to the power of 21 shuffles. That's still 10 to the power of 46 times. Too few to expect even one single repeat. So this order of cards is completely unique. The cards have never lain in this order before and won't ever again from a thorough and fair shuffle. 52 factorial is a number so huge that no human brain can comprehend it. But I'm going to try, and that means a trip to the beach. Well, at least somewhere that's sandy. I haven't gone to the beach. I've come to a country park with sand hills, just to grab one grain of sand. I've just grabbed one grain of sand. I've even bought some tweezers. Have a guess how many grains of sand there are in the world. In fact, pause the video now and make a comment and let me know your guess. And if you don't want to do that, just say hi. Now, if I get on a random plane and travel to anywhere in the world and bury this grain of sand, it would be pretty hard to find. I can barely see it on my hand. I might go to anywhere on the planet Brazil, Thailand, Iceland, and bury this 1 grain of sand on any beach, in any desert, on any ocean floor, on any sandstone hills. What if I dug a little hole anywhere on the planet and buried this 1 grain of sand? Your challenge is simple. Find that grain of sand. Go to any beach, any tide line, the bottom of any ocean, any desert, and pick up 1 grain of sand. What are the odds that you would find this 1 grain of sand that I've just buried? Well, compared to matching my shuffle deck of cards, your chance of actually finding this grain of sand anywhere on planet Earth are actually quite good. There are roughly 30 quintillion grains of sand on Earth. That's 3 times 10 to the power of 19 grains. So your chances of finding this 1 grain of sand are about 1 in 30 quintillion. In 1,000 lifetimes of constant searching, it's an outrageous suggestion that you'd ever find my grain of sand. But matching my shuffle deck of cards, that's 1,000 million times more unlikely. Let's see if we can get closer to that deck of cards using this 1 grain of sand. It's about 0.5 millimeters across and made of quartz. It contains roughly 10 quintillion atoms. That's 10 to the power of 19 atoms. The entire Earth is made of about 10 to the power of 50 atoms. Let's say I pick 1 single atom at random from anywhere on planet Earth. It could be from in this grain of sand, your mobile phone, Mount Everest, in the bottom of the Mariana Trench, anywhere on Earth. Now you have to find that exact atom. Your chances are 1 in 10 to the power of 50. But that's still not even close to the probability of matching my deck of cards from a fair shuffle, which has 8 times 10 to the power of 67 possible outcomes. That means that my shuffle deck is 1,000,000 billion times more unique than picking the exact single atom I chose from every atom in the entire Earth. So go ahead and find a pack of cards and shuffle them and savour the moment. You'll be staring at an order of cards that have never been seen before on Earth. Don't go away. I've got 2 more short bonus videos to show you. Trust me, they are very nearly interesting. Please allow me just 20 seconds to plug this channel. Very Nearly Interesting is a brand new channel and I need all the help I can get. Please click that like button if you've enjoyed this video. That's how YouTube knows you like it and they'll show it to more people. And please consider subscribing. That way I might see you again. And now you can support the channel on Patreon, where you'll find exclusive content and a grateful me. There's a link in the channel description. Have you ever wondered why tennis has such a strange point system? In France in the 1500s, scores were kept by a large clock on courtside. They used it to count the 4 points in the game. 15, 30, 45, et le jeu. They decided that 45 was a bit of a mouthful, so they changed it to just 40. You had to win by 2 points though. À deux le jeu. 2 points to the game. They just shouted à deux. The English just heard it as adieu and wrote it as deuce. If you scored no points, that was 0. The French thought it looked like an egg, so called it l'œuf. The English heard love. Casino table in Monte Carlo in 1913, there had been a straight run of black numbers for 10 spins. That's a rare event. All of the punters there could tell that there was a red number in the air, and they piled on the bets. They could smell it. They could taste it. A red is clearly due. not playing that night rushed to the table. They knew that the chances of a run of 10 of the same colour was very small, and it is. Allowing for one green 0 on the table, as it is in Europe, the chances of landing on a black is a 48.6% chance. The chances of it landing on a black 10 times in a row is 0.074%. The punters felt that it was an opportunity to print money. Everyone switched to red over the next few spins, staking millions of francs. The run of blacks finally ended when 26 in a row had been clocked up. The chances of 26 blacks in a row coming up that night was 1 in 66 million. But crucially, the bull didn't know that on each individual spin. Each spin was still a 48.6% chance of it being black, obviously. Everyone in the casino left there that night considerably poorer than before they went in, as they all fell victim to the betters fallacy. It's the mistaken belief that something that does not depend upon the events of the past, happening more often than usual, will influence the outcome of future events. Those people in that casino were overcome by the betters fallacy, sure that a run of red was in the air, based solely on the fact that we'd had a long run of blacks. It's the same with the coin toss. After 5 heads in a row, we're more likely to call tails. We're perfectly well aware that the coin has got no idea what the previous results were, yet we begin to believe that tails must be due. The betters fallacy says, I'm due. Even on games of complete chance. Flipping a coin onto heads 21 times in a row has a probability of 2,097,152. But once we're at that point, the chances of a coin flip onto heads, that individual flip, is still 1 in 2. But still our brains won't accept it. It's a deep-seated cognitive bias. Apparently there is hope for us with the betters fallacy. With age, experience and the ability to consider each event as independent, we can actually greatly improve our decision-making skills. That's unlike the great majority of biases where there's absolutely no hope for us at all. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please click the like button. That way YouTube will show it to more people. And please consider subscribing. That way I might see you again. And please have a look at some of the other content on the channel. There's lots of interesting things on there. Well, very nearly interesting.